He's funny. Oh.
Monster Kid of the Year. Let's review the past winners. This is the opposite of a kid, but this is Arnold Kunert, who is the LA guy who got Ray Harryhausen his star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. So if that doesn't qualify, I don't know what does. A couple of years ago, Larry Blameyer of Lost Skeleton of Cadavra won. That film exemplifies everybody in this room. Last year's winner was the producer and genius behind Monster Kid Home Movies, Joe Bussum. And much like Miss America, we're going to ask Joe to come up and announce who the new Monster Kid of the Year is. So is Joe here? Joe Bussum.
Thank you, David. It's an honor being up here again. Being the recipient of the 2006 Monster Kid of the Year Rondo Award was and continues to be the greatest thrill of my life. I will continue to cherish it until the day I die. Looking at the past winners of the Monster Kid of the Year Award, the thing I noticed most was the dedication and mostly the love that went into the projects that resulted in the winning of these awards. And this year's winner is far and away no exception whatsoever. The Universal Monster Army touring exhibit of classic monster toys is indeed that, a true labor of love. It is the most astounding thing I have seen. I was filled with tears when I saw it the first time. It gave me a particular thrill because I actually saw the very item that introduced me to the classic Universal monsters for the first time in my life when I was 6 years old. They were the little classic monster flicker rings that they sold in gum machines, and I can't begin to tell you how many pennies I lost and how much bubble gum I had, but never got those rings. But they were there in that exhibit, and the thing that really knocked my socks off was the little paper insert that they would put inside the glass jar where all the gum went, and it had the pictures of all the monsters. First time in my life I ever saw Bela Lugosi was on that piece of paper, and that piece of paper is in the touring exhibit of classic monster toys. And anybody who hasn't seen it, you really owe it to yourself to see this marvelous thing. And the amount of work, sweat, and dedication and love that went into this thing is absolutely amazing. So without any further ado, it is my great honor and privilege to present to you the genius behind the touring classic monster toys exhibit, Raymond Castile.
Thank you, everyone. It is a lot of work. I'm standing here on virtually no sleep in the last 3 or 4 days, but I'm not alone. We have a lot of help. We have a great team that has produced this exhibit now 2nd year in a row, and I want to thank Terry and John and Jeff and Max and Jane and Bobby, who will help us in that Monster Bash, Richard Olson, who's done fantastic artwork, Robert Taylor, Andy, and all the fabulous people at UMA who have worked so hard to bring this about. I'm happy that it brings joy to people who watch it and brings back memories. And I think it's important that it's really not about the toys and the pieces of plastic. It's about us and what brings us together, and it's more of a symbol of what we all care about and why we're all friends. So that's really the spirit behind why we do it. And if you want to see the exhibit, after the ceremony will be open at 6:30. We're having a reception down there. Come down, take a look at it, and you can see what we've shed blood, sweat, and tears for to put on. And thank you again for this award. It's a true honor. Certainly, of any recognition I've ever had, this is definitely the most important, most heartfelt award I've ever received. Thank you very much.
Ray Castile. He seemed nice too, didn't
Very.
he? He was tired?
No.
Okay. Moving on. Finally, we'll get, I added this early this morning. This is what it's all about. Well, this was last year when I wandered by the exhibit and there was just this kid that's standing there looking at it. It looks like something from the Depression or something. But it's one thing for all of us to go look at our childhoods, but to see somebody that young wondering about the monsters and maybe picking up a little bit of it, that's what it's really all about. And that's why this exhibit is so remarkable. So again, Ray.